Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to be diving into this big conversation about whether Marco Rossi is the answer in Vancouver. And as you know, he's been on a tear lately, and I was going to make this video before he ended up doing this. But man, he's been great. He's been great, and there's a lot of concerns that people have had about him. Big question marks. We're going to dive in to Marco Rossi, the player, and just to see if this is the right fit in Vancouver. And so, is Rossi the answer? That's the big question. You can post it in the comments. Whether you're watching this live or watching this later, I love to connect with people regarding their comments. And so, is he the second line answer, that the second line center answer that the Vancouver Canucks are looking for? Post it in the comments, everyone, because this is a very interesting conversation. With JT Miller leaving, it's left a hole at the second line center. He was okay, but we knew that Hedl at best was a low end second line center, a high end third line center, and we knew that he had injury history. Let's just say that. Like some people want to say he's injury prone, which he may or may not be. But I'm just thinking, as we're looking into this right now, he doesn't look like is Hedl going to play another game, and that's another reason why when the Canucks had an opportunity to make the deal, they needed to find a center in return, and there were a couple teams that were interested, just not willing to not willing to pull the trigger like Minnesota was. So you've got Detroit that was interested, but I don't know what they were going to give us center wise, and Bill Guerin just goes and gives a solid offer and says, what do you guys think about this? And the Canucks accept it. And so the trade happens. Captain Quinn goes from Vancouver to the Minnesota Wild for Marco Rossi, Liam Ogren, Zeev Buium, and Minnesota's 2026 first-round pick. And if you have you been living under the rock and you don't know what we got from, I mean, everyone in Vancouver knows, maybe some other markets don't know all that we got. They just know that Quinn got traded. I mean, that's basically 4 first-round picks for him. And interesting, if you've been watching the DuPont sweepstakes, and he's projected to be the number 1 pick in 2027. He is the defenseman that everybody wants, okay? We're not talking about Verhoff right now. We're not talking about Chase Reed. We're talking about DuPont for next season. We're going to be bad next season too. And that would just be beautiful to bring him. But you know what he said? He said his favorite players that he's tried to model this game after is Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, and remember, Z Buium. So it's incredible to see that, and I don't know if you've seen that graphic that I posted here. Where is that one? I always put it in the wrong spot. There he is right here. Boom. Here we go. So this is this is the kid who wants to be like Zeev, and so here's the trade that happens. And he wants to be like Quinn Hughes. He wants to play like this. And he's a BC boy. It's like, get him on the roster, everyone. But right now we're focused on, we have one goal in Vancouver, come last place, so we get the best shot at winning the draft lottery. If you're last, you're either going to get the first, second, or third pick. That's the worst that you can do. So I'm looking forward to this draft lottery. The percentages have changed a little bit. It feels like something's crawling on my leg, but it's not. It's just that. Okay. Sorry. My bad. Yeah. So Captain Quinn gets traded. You've got this roster now with Bouillon. You've got Ogren. You've got Marco Rossi, and it's changed. It's been changed. And with the recent success of the Bro line, and if you have not seen the Bro line, this is the best thing that's happening in Vancouver right now. The chemistry with these three players has been noticeably good. It is literally our best line. And everyone's like, well, this is your second line. Yeah, I know. It's been our best line, though. And it's not close. Pettersson's played a little bit better, scored a couple goals on the power play against Florida. I was at that game live, saw it live, still in shock. I literally saw a miracle EP40 scoring 2 power play goals in one period, never mind in one game in the first period. So first 2 power plays he scored. But this line has been awesome. And Marco Rossi's been playing number 1 power play unit. So this guy, I mean, we need someone to help Brock Besser get back to form. He has been really struggling this season. Most Canucks have. We're the worst team in the league for many reasons. One is our stars have not come to play. We've traded a whole bunch of key players away, guys with heart and who are dogs out there. Of course, that matters. The injury bug has been brutal for us. And you've got this franchise that felt like they were going to try to make the playoffs this year and have done a whole 180 and now are trying to come dead last and win the draft lottery and rebuild this thing. It's been so frustrating being a Canucks fan. Absolutely frustrating being a Canucks fan, watching this gong show of a season. But at least we're heading finally in the right direction. And a lot of fans are sitting there and asking the question, why didn't you guys do this later? Or I can't watch because this team, I mean, you wanted to rebuild, didn't watch the team. You know what I mean? So we're all trying to tank for McKenna. Okay. And just want to dive into Marco Rossi's stats because so I got to remove this and then I got to add this. So let's just dive in here. I wonder if you can see that pretty good. So the Canucks have been high on Marco Rossi, but the question is why? Last year they tried to trade for him, couldn't make a deal happen with them. And now this year he's come to the team and you're looking at this guy. He's 5'9", 181 pounds. He's only 24 years old, which is awesome. From Austria, shoots left, center position, was drafted 9th overall in the first round. That is high, everyone. Like are you talking top 10 potential is absolutely stellar. Now after how many seasons, they're like, if we're gonna go get Quinn Hughes, we got to give up some good players. And the Canucks want a center, so Rossi was their 4th line center, and you're gonna see. And then he became their 3rd line center. He was also then they started moving up to his 2nd line center. Sometimes he'd play on the top line, and it's just really interesting watching them. And why were they so high on this kid? You know what I mean? His size, and this is the thing: can the Canucks win with, say, Pettersson as the number 1C, Rossi as the number 2C, and Braden Coots as the number 3C? You know what I mean? But look at 222 NHL games, 54 goals, 74 assists, 128 points. You know, guys, 128 points in his first, 4 seasons that he's played in the NHL? I mean, the first one he played 2 games had no points. I mean, okay, well, technically, I don't know. That's not even his rookie card there, right? And then 22-23 would probably be considered his real rookie season, 19 games played. Only 1 assist. That's it. Averaged 12.5 points a game or minutes a game. Only had 13 shots on goal. And then 23-24, he started coming to his own. We're talking 82 games, 40 points, 16 minutes and 44 seconds, 2 game-winning goals, 167 shots on net, 44% on the face-off circle. And as you can see, he's not the greatest in the face-off circle, but he's improving. He's improving. So 24-25 is his best season. So we're talking, so they've done 4 seasons because the minutes of the last 2 are combined. He gets 24 goals, 36 assists, 60 points, right? And that is impressive. 18 minutes and 15 seconds, 136 goals. He upped his face-off percentage, and there you go. So he signs a 3-year deal with the Minnesota Wild for $15 million, which is $5 million AAV, and gets traded partway through the season, 17 games in, 17 games, 13 assists, and got injured. So playing 18 minutes and 6 seconds per game, 48.6% face-off wins with Minnesota, and then you go see he gets traded to Vancouver. He gets 14 points in 19 games. Really struggled when he just came back from injury. I feel like he's gaining form again, and now he's at 51.1% in regards to faceoffs. So, he's in Austria. He was born in Austria near the border with Switzerland, and Rossi became the second highest. See this? Second highest Austrian-born player to be taken in the draft with the Wild. The only person that was higher was Thomas Vanek. Woo! That guy's good. That guy, number 5. So by age 13, Rossi moved to Zurich to help his career. He made his pro debut in 2017-2018 as a 16-year-old with the Lions in Switzerland's second highest league. And, he was selected by Ottawa in the Ontario Hockey League import draft. He came to North America and scored 65 points, 29 goals, and 36 assists in 53 games in 2018-2019. Then became the first player born and trained in Europe to lead the OHL and the entire Canadian Hockey League in scoring with 120 points, 39 goals, 81 assists in 56 games, and was named the OHL's most outstanding player, a first-team All-Star. So to answer the question, why did the Canucks want him? Look at that right now. Guys, in the CHL, okay, everyone's going nuts, okay? Everyone's going nuts about, and let me just move this here. Everyone's going nuts about the Ruck Twins, and we've got to get them. The Ruck Twins are not going to put up points like Rossi did. Rossi is the real deal. 120 points in the CHL? Wow. That is so impressive, right? That is so impressive. And so it's just fun to watch this kid. And I am kind of falling in love with watching this kid, and rightfully so. But if you think about it, we don't have much to cheer for. All my favorite players have been traded. JT Miller's gone. Zadorov went. Quinn Hughes went. I loved all those guys on our roster. I really appreciated Garland. He's gone. I love Sherwood. He's gone. And it's just like, who are we going to cheer for now? I like Pettersson. I'm sorry, 11.6 million. I just have a hard time. I'm sure he's a nice person and all that kind of stuff. But as a hockey player, as a guy who's supposed to be leading our team, he is robbing our team like blind, but just I mean, he's not rhyming. We offered him the contract. He signed it. There's nothing wrong with what he's done, okay? It's just hard to see the production this bad. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It's been bad. Like real bad, right? And so what? Who's there to cheer for, right? And we've enjoyed Ogren. We see flashes of greatness with Bouillon, but it's Rossi that might be that guy that everyone's kind of thought is the third guy in the deal that's got thrown in. And it's like, no, this guy's significant. And so why have the Canucks been so high on him? That's why. He's got potential. Now, he's not big. He's small. Can we win in the playoffs with a guy like him? I hope so. But the big question is, do the Canucks extend Rossi? We got him for the rest of this season, all of next year, and the year after that for $5 million a season. And that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good deal. Because then he's an RFA at that point. So then he'll be at this stage in 2 years, he's going to be 26 years old. And then what kind of contract does he get? What kind of contract? I'm just super excited about this guy. That's why I'm making a video on him. I think as a Canucks fan, there's not a lot to cheer for, but this guy is worth cheering for. Is to get excited about. And this bro line has been so sensational so far. I know, give him time and all that kind of stuff. And maybe it's not even Brock that's like, maybe there's another winger that we need to use with him. That is something amazing, something awesome. I don't know. I think Rossi is a guy that this management, as long as this management stays long, is a guy that they believe in. And that's what you need to know. And a lot of people are like, oh, fire the coach, fire the management, fire the owner. And it's like, okay, guys, I get you're frustrated. I get, but it's like you wanted to rebuild, and like, so it doesn't look pretty. Rebuilds are tough. Rebuilds are rough, right? And so it's like, okay, I don't think we should have Alvin Rutherford. Okay, well, they're still here. Whatever your opinion is, that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, they're running the ship. They're running the team. They're doing their best, and they believe in this kid. They traded for this kid. They tried 2 seasons to get him. They had to move Quinn Hughes to get him. They get him and Ogren and Bouillon and the first overall pick. You know what? This might end up being just an amazing trade for us, even though I'm super sad that Quinn Hughes is gone. I miss him already. Oh, man. He's been our best defenseman we've ever had. And I hope Bouillon has a great career with us, and we'll see what happens. So I want to dive into your comments. I think it's really interesting what you have to say. I love having Canuck conversations. Just a reminder, if you like Canucks content that is passionate, realistic, and honest, hit the like and subscribe, everyone. I think the Canucks are going to extend him, but we'll see. I mean, in 2 years from now, it's going to be a bit interesting to see where we're at, where the progression is. But if you look again, actually, let's just bring his stuff up one more time, because I want to show you in the last 4 games, he's got himself 9 points. He had 2 points, 2 assists against Tampa Bay. Both goals he had an assist on. Florida, he had a 3-point night, 1 goal and 2 assists. He scored a goal against the Kraken. Okay. And was that the only goal? Yeah, that was the only goal we scored. And he scored that. And then versus Nashville, he had a goal and 2 assists. So, and with only 14 minutes of ice time, this guy is making a difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's exciting to see. So let's remove this for a second. I want to dive into your comments. Going to hit the promo and get into your comments. So glad that you're here. All right. Yes, settle down now. Listen, you need to settle down because, yes, I was a little bit late to start the stream. Okay. Can you forgive me? I was making sure I had all the graphics and everything ready to go. Coach Rob's here. Good to see you. Official Elias YouTube. Hello. Nice to meet you. I like the picture of whatever car that is. That's pretty cool. Bliss stated is saying he thinks so. He thinks that Marco Rossi is the answer. So far, so looks so good, don't you think? Settle down now says at worst, Rossi developing into a great trade piece. I agree. That's the worst case scenario for sure. Young, we'll see what happens. And probably depends on who the number one C is going forward. I mean, really, if you get the right players in the draft in the next couple years, maybe it's Rossi is the number one seed, Pettersson goes to the wing, and then we have a Coots or whoever else that we get on free agency or draft could become the second line center. But right now he's the second line center, and it's pretty cool. What is the position for the draft pick if Minnesota out of the playoffs first round? It all depends how they finish, and so there's no solidified thing yet. Right now it would be pick 27, but it all depends on how they finish. So we'll see. Settle down now. Can't wait for Benny to have dumped all their assets only to fumble the playoffs. Go Stars, go. I'm cheering for Minnesota, guys. I'm not a bitter person for the most part when it comes to players, especially a guy like Quinn Hughes is like, I'm just not resigning and you should trade me now so you get some value. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty cool with that, to be honest with you. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. It's sad to see him go, but I get it. I totally understand. But yes, you can cheer for the Stars. I can cheer for the Wild. I want Quinn Hughes to win a cup, but I don't. But in regards to Vancouver, for that first pick, I mean, it'd be great if Minnesota gave us a higher pick. That'd be awesome. I wish Rossi would be traded for EP40. They're both on the team, right? I mean, are you talking about the year before? Yeah, maybe. Daniel, Rossi could be potentially the answer if they are willing to. That's true, but they believe him. That they've tried twice to trade for him and finally were successful, right? So, hey, Sheldon, watching from Lake Country. I that's awesome, man. I used to live in the Okanagan. I drove through Lake Country a ton, and I mean a ton. Yeah, I've been to the lakes in Lake Country. I've been to your local park. I've been to the hall there. I've stayed actually in a hotel in Lake Country before as well when I went back from Vancouver Island and visit some people there. So yeah, I'm very familiar with Lake Country. It's an awesome place. Winfield, aka Winfield, right? Daniel says move away from Pettersson as the number one C. Minutes need to match production, not salary. He needs to stop stealing playing time from people who are performing. Yeah, performing good for sure. I mean, I understand what you're saying. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's going to happen going forward? But they're in tank mode, right? So, Martin says, why is Canuck management so high on players with no personality or size or grit? I don't know. 9 points in 4 games. How can you not be happy with that? Right? So let's just see. It's still early. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they're high on him. 120 points in the CHL. Guys, think about how high you would be drafted if you scored 120 points for this year. Just think about that. I mean, he went top 10. This guy's a good player. Sheldon, the Canucks need 7 top 3 picks in the next 4 years. They need to sign players to trade for extra picks. They need to sign players to trade. Okay, they need to sign. Okay, that's fine. Martin, it's like the Canucks are the Little Caesars pizza of hockey, the hockey world. Yeah, it exists and it tastes like cardboard. Guy, I don't understand. We're last. We're last. You, Martin, didn't you want to rebuild? Didn't you want one? Like, this is what it looks like, man. This is what it looks like. I don't understand. I get it. We're hot garbage. We're the worst team in the league. We're the worst team in the league in so many categories. So many. I get it. But what do you want them to do right now? There's nowhere but up to go from here, man. And right, Angelo, when Rossi's healthy, he's at his best. You know what? Look at how good he's playing. I'm super impressed by him. T8161. Sounds like you're kind of like a Terminator. You know what I'm saying? If they take a winger, McKenna, with the first pick, would you trade up with the mini pick and the Bucks second, the Ducks second to nab a center like Oscar Hemming or Bjork? Oh my goodness, guys, Bjork, I think is going to be great. The only thing about Bjork is that he is a small guy, but he's super talented. But I want to bring up Hemming hockey. Let's go here. It's Oscar. It's Oscar. Let me just bring him up just real quick. I just want to see elite prospects. Boston College. People have him ranked 10 to 15. That's tough. 17 years old, 6'4", 185. Yeah, that's really good. Finnish player at the U18s. He had in 6 games, he had 7 points, 5 goals. That's nice. Boston College, 19 games, 8 points. Yeah, I mean, he looks tempting to pick up, man. I haven't followed a lot of his stuff, so I would say yes. I'd say yes. Bjork, I think, is going to be real good. The only problem is his size. So you're going to have Pettersson, Rossi, Coots, and Bjork. Oof, that's super talented. Don't get me wrong. So Miller's a bum. I mean, he hasn't played great since he's left Vancouver for sure. His best years were in Vancouver. So he's struggling for sure. But I miss Miller. I love him. Love it. He played playoff hockey, preseason, regular season, postseason, guys. You just don't replace those guys. Martin, 5'9", and he is the real deal until he gets hit by someone who doesn't care how nice of a player he is. Yeah, his injuries, he's got to avoid injuries to reach his potential for sure. Doctor says all the player you like born, all American. No, they're not. Zadorov's not American. Oh, so 3 out of the ones. Okay, so Garland, Sherwood's Canadian. Sherwood, I like. Zadorov, I like. Miller, I like. Garland, I liked. Of course, who doesn't like those players? Okay, so what's the players you like on Vancouver? Pettersson, Brock Besser, American. I don't care what country they're from. I just care that they're good at hockey. That's what I care about. I care that they want to stay. I care they want to win a cup in Vancouver. That's what I care about. So, but yes. So 3 out of the 5 guys I mentioned are Americans. Okay. Who would you put on the right side with McKenna, Stenberg, and Petey? Okay, so sign a free agent like Charlie Coyle. That's a possibility. McKenna's a left winger, and I think Stenberg is naturally a right winger. He can play both left and right. So it gives you opportunity. So this is what I would do. If we had Stenberg, I would do Höglander, Pettersson, Stenberg on the top line. Then I would go Ogren, Rossi, and Besser as our bro line, next line. And then third line, I mean, there's so many options there. I mean, is Coots going to play? Is Hedel going to play? Is it going to be Sasson? Is it going to be Ratu? Like, who's going to be there, right? So, but yeah, who would I put on the right-hand side if it was a McKenna, Petey, and I don't know. We'll see. I hope we don't spend a lot of money in free agency this year. It doesn't make any sense. They're not great. They're not great. Just trying to think. You can't put Garland because he's gone. You can't put Sherwood. He's gone. Besser's going to stay with that one line. I mean, Drew O'Connor, I don't know. I think he's more of a third line guy. Tough to say. Yeah, we might have to go. I mean, depends who we draft. What if we draft one of the Ruck twins? Not Liam, it'd be Marcus, right? That would be good too. Just before we get into any more comments, just a reminder, tomorrow I'm doing a post-game show. The game starts at 4 p.m. against St. Louis. It's going to be great, but just a reminder, I'm doing a special show on at 3 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday, 3 o'clock. Join me. I've got a special guest. Cannot wait for him to come and join me. He's gonna have great things to talk about regarding the Prince George Cougars and their draft picks, and Carson Carroll's Carson Carroll's. It's going to be a great conversation. I'm looking forward to it. So don't miss out on this. Don't miss out on this. So, let's see. You would put Rossi on the right-hand side? That's what you'd say? Rossi's extension will depend on Coots' development, who they trade with the first pick, or if they trade PD in the summer. Yep, that's true. It's very true. Martin says trade PD, aka AP40. He couldn't perform on Team Sweden with some of the best players in the world. I understand that's a sentiment a lot of Canuck fans have right now. Jack says, I hear the bro line is scoring at 20%, so we need a bigger sample size, but if it unlocks Besser, that alone means a lot since we probably can't move him. I don't think you can move him. Not with that contract. And he has a no trade. Angelo says, highly scout wild first round picked Rossi 2020. Yep, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video for sure. Big Ratton. I'd just use stopgap players for a couple years as they draft guys. It's impossible to pencil in a top line right now. That's true. Very, very true. Daniel says, damn, that's what I thought. Hopefully won't be too much longer. In the playoffs, he'll be rammed around. Oh, that's fine. We'll see. By the way, I'm doing real well. Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. Angelo, nothing to cheer for. All my players are gone. Maybe Verlander. Yep, Verlander. It's good. Hockey is a team game. No one guy's the answer. Technically, Roy, you're right. Organizational culture is still very questionable to me. Do players want to come to Vancouver? Well, it sounds like the locker room's in a better place right now. So that's already the culture's changing in the locker room, which is so cool to see. How long have you been watching hockey, Trev? What kind of teams win the cup every year? Be honest. It's whole teams with talent. Look at 2011 Canucks compared to this team. Yeah, this is Martin. I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you about this because I'm not saying this team's great. We're the worst in the league. We're one of the worst Canuck teams in all of our franchise right now. This team, we're super young. We're rebuilding. We're literally trying to get last place, and I think we're going to succeed getting last place. Okay, so teams that win the Stanley Cup, our guys have dogs. The guys have some elite talent. Teams have great goaltending. That's what teams like that are big, that can do it. But you don't have to have, your centers don't have to be big. They can be skilled. It's changing a bit. This idea that everyone, like, there's no Lindrosses anymore. There's no Peter Forsbergs anymore at center. Like, I guess Nate McKinnon is a powerful center. Draisaitl's a big boy, but like the Lemieux and the, some of those guys that are down the middle, like, that's not, like, it's now the Bedards and the Celebrinis, and you got the McDavids of the world, who's great, good size, and Scheifele and that kind of stuff, but they're not winning cups. They're not winning cups. The guys who are winning cups is like Sam Bennett down the middle, right? Like that's what we're talking about. Lundell was down the middle for Florida. He just won 2 cups with those guys. Barkov, he's good size, but he's not Canadian. And everyone's like, you got to have Canadians win. Well, you had Americans and all kinds of different people on there. I mean, you had Canadians on there, but their goaltender is Russian. Is Ekblad Canadian? I think he is. Like, if you think about this roster, it's kind of crazy to think about it, but like the rosters that have been winning lately, look at Tampa Bay. They're a contender. They're not loaded with just Canadian talent. Hedman, Kucherov, Braden Point's great. Hagel, Cirelli is okay. Solid guy, I'm saying. So yeah, if we're talking, how long have I been watching hockey, Martin? Martin, I've been watching since I've been a little kid. I've been 40 plus years, man. 40 plus years. I get it. I appreciate your comment, though. Help me have some content to talk about. Cheering for Myers at Stars. Local boy, Ben. Yeah, that's good. Jamie Ben is from Victoria. Yep. Jed Brackett scouts Rossi. Okay. Former Canucks scouts. Yep, he was awesome for us too. Look at the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tough, mean, talented, big. Probably going to win the cup. They might. Yeah. But not all their centers are big. Not all their centers are big. They have big defensemen. They have big wingers. They have guys who are tough. Like, Hagel's not a big guy. He just plays big. Marco Rossi needs a full season. I'm thinking he's a keeper. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. What's Carlson? Top 9? Yeah. Maybe that's blue. That maybe that is the one. It goes Höglander, Pettersson, Carlson. Maybe that's the line. But who knows? It's too early to tell, right? Our AHL players need a full season to see how they fit. Verlander's had a full season. Petey's had a full season. Carlson's had pretty much a full season now. Sasson's played a good chunk of the year. Baines can't crack the lineup, But yeah, I agree with you. It's going to see. Kemp, do you think Lecker-Mackey can have a breakout year next year? He just needs to stay healthy. Hoping with an actual offseason to develop, he might surprise us. His goal scoring ability is amazing. I think I really like watching him. But he's got a lot to learn on the defensive side first. But yeah, he's the guy we're hoping. Martin is kind of right. Alvin loves the bland, zero personality guys. It's fine. I agree. I don't like the personality of this locker room. It's boring. Quinn Hughes as a captain was boring. EP40 interviews were boring. Are boring. That's why I like listening to JT Miller. That's why I like listening to Garland. That's why, like listening to Zadorov. Those are the guys I like listening to. Those guys had great things. So, Hengai says, in my eyes, the stats are only a portion of the picture of a player. Their personality and chemistry they can build with other players is underrated and untracked statistic. Exactly. That's why I said the bro line is important. The vibe check, as some like to call it. That's fair. Höglander needs to be playing on the top line with PD again to see if he has it. I agree, Jax. We need to stop giving UFA Kane top minutes when he's out the door in the summer. Höglander is signed and still young. I agree 100%. Here's the thing. Kane so 3 games ago, Kane scored a goal. Then they relegated him to the 4th line with Höglander. And he's played on the 4th line with Höglander for 2 games in a row. So Miller is a gold medal champion. Perfect on the PK in the Olympics. What are you talking about? He is far from a bum. I like JT Miller a lot. He's one of my favorite Canucks of all time. So is Quinn Hughes. But Pavel Bure, Twins, Naslund, Bertuzzi, Jovo Cobb, love all those guys. Trevor Linden. There's so many. We have a young team, lots of growth to become a number 1 contender. Yeah. And this needs to be like a 5-6 year plan. That's what it needs to be, right? Trading up for Bjork does seem like a Canucks thing to do, which kind of scares me. I'm telling you guys right now, Bjork could be spicy good, like spicy good. I really like Bjork. They don't have a lot of Canadians to pick from, to be fair. It's true. Rossi was traded in hopes of becoming the 2nd line center. Absolutely. DeBrusk and Kane, the only second. Yeah, I guess if you're looking at the top line, if you're going, why isn't it Höglander, Pettersson, and DeBrusk, and then you have the Bro line as a 2nd line? Do that. Just don't have Kane. I would healthy scratch Kane and put Douglas in, honestly. That's what I would do. But they're trying to get him his 1000th game. I care if they can perform in playoffs. Okay, but Martin, when's the next time we make the playoffs? 5 years from now? 3 years? 6 years? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. We need vets to guide our young guys. Yeah, our young guns, our young guys. The McKenna versus Stenberg jersey sales should be reason enough for owners to take McKenna. That's fine. But if we get 2nd pick, we're getting Stenberg, right? You have to prepare yourself that we might get the 2nd pick. If we get the 1st pick, I think we're picking McKenna. But Stenberg, who's buying Stenberg Sweden jerseys? Whoever buys Sweden jerseys other than the Swedes, right? We need McKenna. It's fine. What if we don't get him? Canucks would sign Tuck to play with Petey and Stenberg. I think Tuck stays in Buffalo. Why in the world would he come to Vancouver? Why in the world? Buffalo's finally turned it around. That fan base loves him. Canucks need some buzz of any kind. McKenna is the only way to bring that in 2026. I respectfully disagree. If we get Stenberg, guys, I think you're going to be happy. There's going to be a buzz. Even if we drafted Verhoff, Reed, Malhotra, there'll still be a buzz in the city. Now, I think if we get McKenna, you're right. It's going to be the highest one. I want Canucks team that is mean, tough, ruthless, unforgiving, some talent, big, with some attitude, basically. I agree. We're going to try to build one of those teams. Right now, we're not there. Alvin doesn't value those characteristics, sadly. Hard to say. William, Verlander, Coots, McKenna is a fun core. Give them the keys. Yeah. Let's see what they can do. I think their only hope is through the draft. The only reason they got anything decent back for Hughes is because he's like the best player in the world. Yeah. Other players didn't have value. SGA Sports Talk is here. Good to see you. Low roster basically got dismantled. Exactly. Watching from Facebook. That's awesome. I'm 64. I've got you beat for watching our Canucks. Had seasons for years. Yes, you do. You have me beat, Dave. Yeah, I like Rossi as well. I like EP25 and Verlander a lot. 2 of my favorite players on the team right now. Yeah, I like them. What are my thoughts about Lekkerimäki? Love his shot. Love it. Want to see more of him being on this roster. I think he needs to be a top 6 forward and just to see what he can do. You can teach defense. You can't teach offense. He's got something special when it comes to scoring goals. You know, if we trade him, he's going to do something great. Look at guys. Garland gets traded, plays great. Hughes gets traded. Of course, he's going to play great. Plays great anywhere. Who's the other guy who just got traded? And Sherwood's played great for San Jose already. Tyler Myers scored a shootout goal. Who's the other guy? Just went. Oh, Lucas Reichel scores. We try to make him play center. He's a winger. Lo and behold, he scores. Ogren is great, though. He is developing that dog in him. I like him. I like him a lot. They want Kane to get 1,000 games in Vancouver. Foot even said that's fine. So is EP25. I'm curious why the Buium love. 14 points in a season. It's pretty he's a rookie. He's got a little bit of that special talent when you watch him play. So, yeah. I know he can get more than 14, but how much more? 30? I mean, I think he's going to get a lot more than that eventually. I have high expectations for him. Like Ogren compete level it's cool to see a Canuck with some super high fitness levels. Yep. He just seems very I think it's too early to say, man. He's a rookie. That's what it is. He's a rookie. Miller was toxic. What he's doing with the ring. Yeah. Sure. I just respectfully disagree. Like everyone, the guy's going to leave. He's going to be brutal. He's awful in the locker room. Was he toxic in Team USA's locker room too? I mean, and I like guys who want to win. Just saying, who come to the season in shape, wanting to win, having high expectations. I love that dog in JT Miller. Jack says goaltending is a huge question mark going forward. We can't lose Tolo like we lost Sheloves. Will Demko be able to play? His injury problems and contract cause so many issues in the crease right now. Yep. You're right. You got to remember, though, Jax, we were planning on making the playoffs this year, next year, the year after. We've totally had a revamp. So, yes, the goaltending situation is problematic. Why hasn't Kudryavtsev gotten any more games? With so few games left, should we not be planning for more AHL guys to get games this year? That's a fair statement, but who would you take out? So would you take out Buium, DPD, Verlander? Would you take out Marcus Rossi? Would you take out Hronek? Mancini, maybe? They just signed Mancini, by the way. That was awesome. Brandon says, you all in on trying to get the Twins from BC? I'm not all in on that yet, but I would be excited to have them. I'd be excited to have them. I like their potential. I also think there's very good players. I'm going to be doing a video, my next draft video. By the way, if you have not heard, I've already got 4 draft videos. A 5th one's coming tomorrow at 3 p.m. So stay tuned. And I'm doing a 6th about the second round. And I'm going to mostly be talking about the Ruck Twins and what's valuable there. Okay. So, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah, I like Buium. I think people are high on him because they lost their captain and the best defenseman for him. Yeah. But yeah, I think Buium's going to be a pretty good player. I mean, even if he's 70% of Quinn Hughes, I'm very happy with that. Like that. I like him too. I don't mean to be negative. I just don't see a massive ceiling with him. Okay. What did Quinn Hughes get? What did Quinn Hughes get in his rookie season? What did he get? Okay, So Vancouver's rookie season, he's got to play 68 games. Wow, that's impressive. 53 points. That's the elite of elite, him and Makar, right? That's amazing. Next year, 56 games, 41 points. I mean, he's just a solid player, everyone. Solid player. But not everyone's Quinn Hughes. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, we're all going to be right and wrong about certain players, right? I don't hate Swedes, okay? I like EP4, EP25. That kid has fire in him. I like him too. I like your Canucks jersey. Thank you. It's just a plain white Canucks jersey. It's beautiful. Yeah, these are nice. I love the black skate jerseys. I like the old white skate jerseys. I don't mind the blue Orcas too. I like them too. Yeah, people want to say, RevTrev, you should be the coach. No. I'd rather be a GM, honestly. Honestly, think the Alvin culture thing is overblown a bit. Rutherford signed the 11.6, and Alvin identified Sherwood, O'Connor, Douglas, and all the players from the Hughes trade seem positive for me. I think they work in tandem, though. That's the thing. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I like that poster. This is not a poster. This is actually a full-on canvas, whatever, picture. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it's awesome. I love it too. Found it in Nanaimo on Facebook Marketplace. So cool. Trev definitely has an awesome setup. Thank you. My wife actually helped me. Now I'll show you some cool stuff. Look at that, guys. You haven't seen this yet. So all those playoff stuff there, towel time up there, then the white hot. These are great. This is from 2 years ago. And then these so I'll show you this real quick. I know we're almost at an hour. I'm going to shut this down soon, but so my Kempner Canucks hat, right? Then I've got that one at Lids. I love that hat. Just it's a little bit overbearing, but it looks cool there. This is the classic skate one, old school. But this one is the Brock Besser. This is the one. It's hard to see because the way it's getting shone on, but it's a gold skate symbol, and it's the Brock Besser one he designed. And then I just love the gold and the white orca ones there. And then this is super awesome here as well. I love that. But my friend gave this to me for my birthday. It's literally a 1993, 1994 calendar, and it's just so cool. It's like, you can see barely that who we played and what time, and it's just so awesome. Absolutely love it. So yeah, my setup's turned out quite good. I liked last year's setup too. I had all the blue stuff in the background. It was pretty cool. Is PD Alexander Mogilny? I think Alexander Mogilny's better. So, well, we will find a Quinn Hughes 2.0. If we get DuPont, guys, I'm telling you right now, this guy right here, he's got some elite skills. That's why we got a tank again next year. No kidding. Man cave. This is I guess this would be my man cave. This is my office. I've got all my on this side, I've got all my NFL stuff. I'm a humongous Green Bay Packers fan. Let me just take this and show it to you. See, like this, I do NFL content, and that's what it looks like when I do NFL content. And this is what it looks like when I do NHL content. That's kind of cool, eh? Where did this go? There, it has to be there. So, Mount Rushmore of current Canucks. There's no such thing as a Mount Rushmore of current Canucks. Who's the top 4 players on this team? That's hard to even say. I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be. Would you even put Pettersson in there? I mean, I guess you have to because he's leading the team in scoring. Hronek. This is just. Is it Rossi on there? I don't think it's Besser. William? I don't know. It's a tough one. We don't have guys right now. That's the thing. Thanks so much for your encouragement of my content. I appreciate that. Beer Baron says, why does JT play like he's miserable in New York when he specifically chose to go there? He might as well stop pouting and come back to Vancouver. I would love for her to come back to Vancouver. Honestly, I would be so pumped. But at a fraction of the price. I didn't see they signed. Yeah, $1 million for the next 2 years. So it's $1 million each year. It's great. And yeah, give them a little bit more. You got to give them time to develop. The top goalies are projected high second round this year. Would you use one of the seconds we have for another goalie with Medvedev in the pipeline? That is a great question. A high second. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because I think our other needs are higher, and you can find a goalie through waivers, through trades, and through the draft later on as well. So I wouldn't do a high second round, but that's a great question. And I can see them doing that, but I think our other needs are humongous. See, not that high of a ceiling. What do you mean? We're talking about Hughes is 1A, 1B in the whole NHL. Yeah, he's nowhere near Quinn levels. No, I agreed. I never said he was. I'm just saying, dude, Quinn is the best defenseman of all time. Yeah, best Canuck defenseman of all time. No one can compare to him except for Makar. That's right. Should have kept him instead. Kept Hughes instead? I know. I miss Hughes a lot. Simon, in your opinion, for the Panthers game, they did well in Vancouver, but when they played Tampa Bay, they lost. Yep. Yeah, it's difference between a playoff team and a cup contender. Florida's not going to make the playoffs. That's why it was close. They're also riddled with injuries. No Marchand, no Barkov. So, yeah. Yeah, guys, Tampa Bay looks awesome. They're a cup contender. I agree, but Quinn wanted out, so they had no choice. Exactly. They had no choice, and that's fine. They had a choice. They could have kept them and just lost them for free, but they didn't do that. That's awesome. They didn't do that. And here I thought Willander with 18 points was impressive. Quinn wanted out when he heard the rebuild was happening. I also think Rick Tocchet wanted out. Rick Tocchet wanted out when he knew that Hughes was going to go. He gave 5 solid years. He didn't want out. I think he wanted out when they chose JT over Pettersson. I agree with that statement. He didn't want it to rebuild for 10 years. I agree. With Quinn Hughes, you don't rebuild for 10 years. Then when Tocchet left, that solidified it. Yeah, Quinn wanted out before the season started. You could see it on his face opening out. In fact, Rutherford said there was a good chance that he was going to go out, so that's true. Maybe not 10 years, but that might be a bad guess. I mean, it could be longer. It could be 12. It could be 6. Martin, if I was the GM, oh man, every team would be scared to play against Canucks. I would surround EP40 with every player in the NHL, like JT Miller, and see if he requests a trade. Wow. Go back and watch the interviews he did with 32 Thoughts in September. He clearly says he will only stay if they're good and they're last place. 94 poster, the best. Oh, you're talking about this thing? Again, it's a canvas picture. But anyways, I guess I should have just bought a poster of it. It would have cost me way less. But it is signed by Kirk McLean. This is why I don't love Bulliam. I don't have Bulliam love. He's a coping mechanism to pretend Hughes was terrible. I respectfully don't agree. That's fine. You're welcome to agree, not to agree. How do you think Vancouver is going to do in draft lottery? I have this weird feeling we're going to get a top 2 pick. I don't think we're going to get 3rd, but we might. Then why did management strongly indicate that they knew he was leaving beforehand? Yeah, they did say that. I do think there are some cope involved with the Bullion love for sure. You're not wrong. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I love my setup. It's really awesome. In fact, I've got all kinds of other like blue orca stuff on this side that I had here last year. Things that I loved having there too. Because of all the media drama and fans calling for trades over trades. Yeah. They should have tried to get 3 first-round picks for Hughes instead of players, but it is what it is. Well, they did. They got 4 picks. Ogren's a first-rounder. Rossi's a first-rounder. Bulliam's a first-rounder, and we got a first-round pick. We got four first-round picks. We're getting picks, guys. That's what we're doing. He can say all he wants. He came across like a mouse. Okay. Like future picks, not players who went first round. No. You've got to get the prospects as well. You got to get guys who are already there. Guys, it's going to take most of these guys 2 to 3 years before they get into our lineup and play significant minutes. That's what we're talking about here. This is an entry draft. It's not the NFL where guy first 3 rounds play starting minutes. It's not the same. So even McKenna and Stenberg will probably play in the NHL next year. After that, everyone else might play the year after. I just buckle up, guys. I'm just telling you, like, look at the drafts. It took the Twins 3 years before they played for us. And then they were rookies then and still didn't produce. Do you think we properly weaponize our cap this summer and take on bad contracts or picks? I think we could. I think we have the option to. If I was a GM, EP40 would be silently crying in the corner of the locker room every single game until he gets traded. Whew. That's mean. The thing about EP40 is that he has a really good relationship with Alvin, and Alvin believes in him and is willing to risk everything to see PD be successful. I think we're just stuck with PD. And if you've been watching the last couple interviews with Alvin, he's not happy with Pettersson either. But yes, he believes in him. This kind of bond is hard to break. All right, just a couple more. I heard if EP4 doesn't turn it around in 2 more seasons, they might be looking to buy out EP4. Yeah, that's possible. Beer Baron says, at least we beat the Panthers. I was at that game. Something the Oilers were not able to do. That's true. It's true. My top 6 San Jose Sharks players of all time are Marlowe, Thornton, Pavelski, Couture, Celebrini, and Smith. Like Will Smith? If you're asking me what my Mount Rushmore is of former Canuck players, it would be Pavel Bure, Trevor Linden, after this is tough. Naslund, has to be the Twins. It's got to be Bure, Linden, the Twins. No, Luongo's got to be there. Okay, redoing it. Bure, Linden, Hendrick, and Luongo. That's what I would do. No, what about Quinn Hughes? Okay, no more Quinn Hughes on there. That's right. If you go top 6, I got Bure, Linden, Twins, Hughes, Luongo. I want Naslund or Bertuzzi there, but I can't. I can't them. Bure, Linden, Luongo, Twins, Hughes. That would be my top 6. Vancouver Canucks bought out EP40's contract. I think Canucks would have a record for buying out Swedes' contracts. Jeevan, good to see you. Bill Kendall was taken 11th last year and is earning a role with the Penguins. My guess is that Bjork's this year. Yeah. Winnipeg Jets drafted and developed for 15 years before they were contenders, and they still aren't contenders. Scheifele is 33 years old now, and he was the first pick. This is a long road ahead. I agree it's a long road ahead, and that's why I'd like that we traded for prospects and players, not just draft picks for the Quinn Hughes trade. Donut, I'm so pumped that it's the weekend. Tonight was a great night just to relax. Had a great dinner with my oldest son. Just waiting for my daughter to get home from work. My wife and other son are flying home from Belize tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing them. Looking forward to the Canucks game. Looking forward to this stream that I got going on tomorrow about the draft special, talking about Prince George Cougars and some of the other Canuck options there. And then the post-game show, I'll be doing that. I'm going to see my wife and son tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. Okay. Man, we're an hour and 5. You guys are awesome. I feel like I need to stop, though, soon here. Let's do the Mount Rushmore for everyone else here. Butcher, Ronning, Broder, Mount Rushmore. That's fine. You can have that. There's only 3 on there. Did I miss someone? Yeah, Will Smith's in your top 6. That's crazy. Already? Yeah, Luongo's got to be there. Also known as Fresh Prince of Bel Air of San Jose. In your opinion, how do you think Vancouver is going to do this weekend? I hope they lose tomorrow. Bure, Linden, Luongo, Siamese twins. No, Swedish twins. I want to see 3 shirtless men in the crowd with bro written on their chest. Don't let me down, Canucks fans. That's hilarious. Brendan Morrison has a fishing YouTube video. Is a fishing YouTuber now. That's awesome. Siamese twins are as in merged together as one face. You only get 4 faces. Okay. I'm glad you had a relaxing evening. I did. Yeah, go watching a Netflix show. So, yeah, that's awesome. So what are you going to do on Sunday? Anything interesting? Yeah, I'm just spending time with my wife and my youngest son. I just miss them. They've been in Belize for 11 days, and I can't wait to see them. So I'm not gonna make any content on Sunday. I'm just gonna keep it low key. I'm gonna try to make a whole bunch of videos tomorrow while they're gone. So, all right, everyone. It's been an hour and 7 minutes. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I've had about 60 something people. Yeah, that would be good. So, we would be extremely lucky if we're going to be consistent. Yeah, it's true. You have to hit on all your draft picks. Have to hit. You have to. It's hard. I am not going to grow a beard. Absolutely not. My wife would not like that. So, my wife loved it there. My son's like, it was good. I'm looking forward to getting home. Okay, I'm gonna go. I keep talking all night, so I'm gonna stop. Thanks so much for being here. Believe in blue. Embrace the rebuild. Okay, and let's keep tanking. And of course, always go Canucks go. See you tomorrow at 3:00 for the draft special, and also after the game tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. for the post-game show. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. See you tomorrow.